Right, welcome everyone to the next multi-network community sync. Today is July 9th. I think I just want to kind of talk about updates where we at. So the doc, design doc, initially that was is there. I think this is the doc over this guy at the top. That we have the initial design that we want to propose with the SIG networking. I saw some sets of reviews. I addressed most of them. I think there's one comment I need to just address still. And then our next step is to go to the SIG network. I'm going to prepare some slide deck on this, probably reuse one of ours that we want to kind of put together a comprehensive story about what we want to do. And I think then I was mentioning last time that we're gonna do it beginning of July, but there was some I was off for a few of those. At Google we have some days off, so I missed some of those. But I think next one is next week. I think some of the folks will not be around, are on vacation, and this is kind of tricky schedule. So I think and I saw already some agenda on that next week. So I don't think I will have enough time to do this. So I think I'm gonna those two arguments kind of pushing me to the next. So in 3 weeks, not the next one that's the coming. So in 3 weeks, that will probably end of the month. So 17th to 31st. I think this is what I'm targeting for in terms of going to SIG networking and talking about this and getting a approval, because that's what I'm trying to get. I think but that time I will try as well to convert this doc into a GitHub PR. I think I'm going to put it in the API repository, not the multi-network. That we have two. If not sure everyone knows that, but we have two repositories for multi-network. There's the API one and the other one, non-API one. So I would try to put those into the API one as a PR, as a probably first CL that's going to go to that repository. And then if anything, then probably people can approve it once not, and we can merge it. So I think that is the next step. So it will be in it's still a few weeks, giving me some time as well to prepare well into this discussion. And I hope, finger crossed, everyone's gonna be there, kind of the key players, so that we can get all the people, all the right people in the meeting, so that and get the approval. I think this will be the next. This will be the first step. The next step, from what I'm aware, we will still have to do is get approval for the API. Considering we want to place the where was that? I think I didn't even written that. I need to update the design about this, but I would like to put the pod network object that we defined into the SIGs group. So this is Kubernetes.6. I think that's basically the same group that the gateway object is in. Gateway I think is as well in SIG's subgroup. I think my where was this? I had it somewhere in the
What
where
group
was
is this that you're talking about, Margie?
say again?
Which group is this that you're talking about? Like what kind of a group?
Oh, let me call this out. Where did I had it? Where would I see it best? It will be in. Hmm, let me know what I can have it. I have it in my. Let me just quickly log in. Give me a sec. I will just link to them. I'm talking about the group where the API group. I think that's what I'm into. So
Oh,
I'm referring to API group of the object. So basically, when you think about a pod, it has there is a when you say kind, it's the group / pod, or I think core doesn't have anything,
mm,
if I'm not mistaken. But let me see. I should have DRI, and there is a pod network here. Yes. So basically, I'm talking about this, and I will put it. I have it here. So my current proposal that I did in, so basically updates, think. Let me write down. API review. So basically, one of the things is this. Let me, because what I want to do is have a pod network in networking, Kubernetes IO. I think this is where it ends up anyway. Yeah, okay. So I think this is the current networking group I would like this to be in. And then this changes as we go along, right? But it will be multi-network networking Kubernetes IO. That to be placed in this group requires API review. That's what it means, right? And I'm looking at the gateway object, and basically, if you look at the gateway, let me see on a gateway example. Share type, where was that? That was somewhere outside, right?
It's gateway.networking.kubernetes.io, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm looking at share this stuff. So this is gateway API, right? And basically, this is where gateway API is having gateway networking Kubernetes IO, right? That's what they do. So I would like to be in the same group as they are. If we were to be treated and used as any object and being able to reference pod network in any object, we should be in a group. In the, I think I'm finding the group as a kind of competency group, because there is a x-kubernetes IO, which basically an external experiments. I don't want to be there because this is just like, I think it will be a lower tier of group, which then basically we can get a pushback on that, unless my understanding is wrong, and then we might be after the API review get that feedback, and then that will be fine. But I'm trying to make sure that we are in the same group as the Gateway API, because one of our goals is to be able to reference cross-reference things between the APIs, and I'm looking at Gateway API as well for that. So that's something that we definitely we need to have a approval for the API review to have that to be in this group, right? If I'm not mistaken, if you look at the Gateway API, something when I was doing my POC, if you go to config CRD and you look at the gateways, there is this annotation that's required. This annotation that is required on every CRD. Otherwise, Kubernetes will reject you that you need this annotation on your object, right? So we need to have this this approval CL pointed out in the CRD to be able to even apply such a group into the cluster. So there is that. There is I think in the Kubernetes API, there is a hard-coded filtering on this subgroup, and you have to have that kind of annotation on your object to move on. So that's what it is, and this is where we definitely need that approvals to be kind of defined and set. Lionel, you had a, I might have interrupted you. Did you have a question?
No, I was just mentioning that the API group when you were searching for it.
Okay. All right. So that will be the next step to go to that. I hope that's going to be just, yeah, they will have to review the API itself and basically the viability of this object here and being in this group. We'll see what they say, and will there be a feedback of maybe not or something. We'll see. I think that's what at least this is what are the next steps that I'm seeing. To happen. And after we have all the approvals, what's gonna left is just create the APIs and then to move on with the implementation and trying to get all the stuff by the next release, hopefully. There won't be much, it's probably just defining the object and providing some unit tests. So I think we have Gateway API that's a repository. That's a good example of how we can do this and basically copy paste most of that. As the first kind of thing for us will be just to have this object in place. Any questions to this? All right, so I think the other thing is I keep canceling every other week. I think should we consider switching to bi-weekly?
Yep, good from me. Sounds good.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm seeing thumbs up. Okay, let's do that. Let's switch this meeting to bi-weekly. If we need to, we can probably switch back if there is a need. If we're gonna increase our discussion around some of the new things, then we can increase the cadence if needed. But for now, I think we can. So I think next week we will skip, and we're gonna be. I see we're going to rotate between us and a SIG network. Any preference on that? I think that's better because then it's not like you overwhelm in a single week. So we have a switching week with the SIG network. I think that's how it ended up being. I think that's good, right? Unless someone has preference to start from the next week to be the second, to be the off. No. Okay, so let's do that. Next week, no meeting. I will try to create a PR to have the invite updated as well. Accordingly, we'll see how that can be done. All right, Lionel.
Yes, thanks. I just wanted to give an update about the directives because it's no longer possible to merge KEP for the next release, but the KEP 5075 is merged, and now there's a PR for the implementation. So there is review needed here. I tried to do my best, but I haven't spent enough time yet on it. I give some comments, but I need to go more into details. So if anyone is interested, I will share the link of this KEP.
Yeah, if you could share it.
Yeah.
This is which one is that?
It's the consumable capacity.
Oh, okay.
I think it's quite interesting because it allows us to create virtual devices.
Yeah.
So the idea is to have it in beta as part of 1.34. So I think it's in August. And yeah, Peng, the person who created the KEP and did the implementation, we together with her, we gave a presentation during KubeCon presenting this KEP and the device status with the networking fields in KubeCon Japan. We gave a demo running the CNI driver there. So if anyone is interested, I can pass the link also. If you are okay with that.
No, yeah, yeah, definitely. That will be a probably better read than a better consumption than read. So if you can watch it, that's even better. Okay, thank you. This is awesome. Yeah, please look at that and see. Soon the CL, the PR will be substantial in terms of changes. This is Kubernetes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else? Any other updates, Lionel, on the DRA? I'm not tracking much on this side. Busy with some.
The PR freeze, the feature freeze, or no, the code freeze is in 10 days or 11 days. I think it's on 20. So yeah, there's still some time for this PR. Otherwise, I don't have so much updates on other things. I know there's 20 caps, so I don't track everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If there are no other topics, I think we can call it, or unless someone else says something. All right, let's call it. Thanks, everyone. See you in 2 weeks then.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.